Maybe you heard about BlenderBIM before, but you never gave it a shot. Well then, this is your chance. Through this series of videos, I will guide you through this introduction to the BlenderBIM add-on released in May 2022. Before we dive in, I would like to thank you very much for all your support, for subscribing, for commenting, and for liking the videos. Now, let's dive in. As you can see right here, this is still a work in progress. So, if you have the time and want to get involved, there is always a way you can help. In these videos, I will focus on this part right here for users. So these are the chapters I will go over. Introduction to BIM, installation, exploring an IFC model, georeferencing, and dealing with large models. That being said, let's start with the first chapter, Introduction to BIM. Building Information Modeling, or BIM, is a way of digitally describing our built environment to computers. Aspects of our built environment that can be described are products like walls, doors, and windows, processes like construction or maintenance tasks and procedures, resources like labor, materials, and equipment, controls like permits, orders, costs, or calendar availability, actors like occupants, clients, architects, and liable parties, groups like systems, inventories, or zones. These objects may have lots of data and relationships. Examples of data might be classification systems, physical materials, associated documents, simulation results, and construction types. The data may be relevant to multiple disciplines such as architecture, engineering, and construction. Note: BIM data is very different from a regular 3D model. In fact, geometry is optional, and most data is non-geometric. That it is not simply a 3D format that you can import and export from and expect meaningful results. Industry Foundation Classes, or IFC, is an international standard for BIM. IFC is the most well-established and open digital language for our built environment. Most software will be able to describe their BIM data using IFC. Most commonly, IFC models will be shared as a .ifc file. For example, IFC will define a wall as an object that can have a name, construction type, and quantities. IFC will also describe that a wall that can be associated with a location like a building story, or have an associated cost, item in a schedule. When you use the BlenderBIM add-on, you will be able to view and create BIM objects and relationships using the IFC standard. Here's a list of the things you can do with BlenderBIM. The BlenderBIM add-on is designed to be a fully BIM authoring platform. Its capabilities have a similar scope to other modeling platforms, costing programs, scheduling software, CAD packages, and simulation software. It is too numerous to list in full, but an example of what is possible includes. Just a side note before I go through this list. This software is still in early stages. It's mostly for power users, for people that are not scared to dive into and try new things and don't panic if they find something that is not working. So it is not still production ready. Please have that in mind. But at the same time, it offers some quite unique features which could help your workflow in a very significant way. Back to the list now. Viewing models, including spaces, properties, and relationships. Edit and extract attributes and properties. Moving objects and changing their geometry. Create new objects using library elements. Manage classification systems, document and library references. Generating 2D drawings, schedules, and creating sheets. Investigating and editing structural analysis models. Connecting and managing distribution systems and ports. Creating construction schedules, critical path analysis, and generating sequence animations. Creating cost schedules using formulas and deriving quantities from model elements. Clash detection and managing issues from model coordination, and much more, as we are going to see in the next video. Thank you for watching and see you the next time.